Welcome to the Tech Sector. Today I'm showing you guys how to wire manage this rat's nest of wires on a super tight budget. Best thing is free. When you buy garbage bags, you more than likely get cable ties with this for free. And if you want to spend a few more bucks, you can grab some zip ties on Amazon for $5. If you want to spend more, you can get raceways like this. This is an old used one I have. But just to show you guys, I have them implemented over here and they work really well. So I've got this nightmare of wires coming out of it. But as you can see, it's run nice and neat along this wall, and no one would know that that is hidden in there. By the way, I'm very close to completing my setup, which is why I'm going through some basic wire management now. The funny thing is I'm going to wire manage all this right now, and I'm probably going to tear it all back apart in like 2 weeks when I need to finally install my desk PCs. So this one, got the parts for it. I just need some time to actually build it into this desk, and I'm waiting for the parts for the PC that's going to be built into this desk. And we will also talk about the RX570 giveaway because Samuel, I believe was his name, he won this 1060 last week, and I need to ship that out to him as soon as I possibly can. So I will be doing a setup tour video once I am done with all of this. I'm getting everything nice and done. So with all that being said, let's just jump straight into this wire management. So first thing you want to do is basically pull all of the clutter out of the way. That's probably the biggest issue. And then of course, unplug your surge protector from the wall. You might accidentally, I don't know, get your finger stuck when unplugging something like this. And well, I know it's a dumb thing to say, but you might accidentally electrocute yourself. Do not ask how I know that. Also, make sure that all your machines, computers, whatever it is turned off so that you don't damage anything. So as you guys see, we're already making great progress. These wires were just bunched up here. It's a bunch of Ethernet cables, a USB wire, and a power wire. And I've got them run through this brown cover here so it matches my floor, so you don't really notice it. And they're running over here to my mining rigs. And as you can see, it's pretty well wire managed. It's more set up in a modular kind of way, so I could add and take away wires as I choose. But it does the job. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to zip tie the end right here. And the reason why is because I know that there's no more excess over there. So all of the excess is going to end up at the end of my table over there. So that way it's nice and out of the way. So I'm going to basically trace this whole set of wires out right now. And most of you guys probably won't have to do this. You're more worried about wire managing stuff like that that's plugged into the back of your PC. But don't worry, we will get to that in a minute. You guys will see how this one's done. So at least you can get a good example. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use the small zip ties. I mean, these are the cheapest ones. I really like these. They do the job and they do them well. So I'm just going to do this all the way through for all of them. And when I hit the end, I hit the end. So we've made excellent process. We've got all of our excess wires over here and the display cables for those monitors up on top of this desk. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is deal with these wires. These are wires that really can't be moved. I can't pull them out except for this orange wire. I don't know why I ran this. I think I wanted some extra power for one of my systems that I was going to put over there, but that no longer happened. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this orange cable out, and we're gonna sort out these that still remain. All right, with that orange wire out of the way, this will be a lot easier now. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my zip ties once again. I'm just gonna go ahead and zip tie these guys right here. All right, so we're looking pretty good so far. So I knew that these wires were going straight this way. So what I did was, like I told you guys, I threw a zip tie on about every foot until I hit this point. So I knew that this plug needs to be plugged into the surge protector that's going to be right here. And this is an Ethernet wire that's going to plug into a Ethernet splitter that's going to power the Ethernet for this PC, and the PC that's going to go over there. Now, the rest of the wires. Well, now this is where you just have to continue zip tying, but in different sections, I guess. So this one goes all the way to the front where my Xbox is, and then this is for my cable, and this one's for internet that comes from upstairs from my modem router. So you just continue doing what you're doing here. You just now have to partition it a little bit better. So right over here, I've got a ton of excess wire. So I'm just gonna roll it up and zip tie it. Same thing with the orange wire right there. Alright, so now we've got all of our excess wires nice and neatly rolled up. So when you have excess like this, you have a few different options. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to hide it. I'm going to literally stuff it underneath this couch because it no longer needs to be there. So once I slide these underneath the couch, they'll be out of sight. But another option is that you can actually make it look neat if you roll all them up so they all align with each other, kind of like this. And you maybe throw a hook on the wall. You could just hang them on the hook or something like that. I'm going to run another raceway over here. So some of these will get tucked into the raceway. So will that. Alright, so there you go. We've got our bundles nice and sorted. I left this one out because I'm going to put all that extra on the exterior of my house because that wire actually runs through that window. So now what we're going to do is power. So I'm going to use this as our base right here. I'm going to zip tie it here, and I'm also going to zip tie it along this rail right here. So these two tables will be connected, and we're just going to start plugging in all the power stuff and route the wires as we go. So as you guys saw, I like to start with my power wires. In this case, they're a bit too short. Normally, when I do a custom setup like this, I'd actually get custom length wires. I'd either cut them and make them longer or whatever it is I need to do. But in this scenario, I know that everything is going to be changing here. So I'm just doing this temporarily so I can make this video and actually have a neat looking setup for the next week or two by the time I build this desk PC. That PC. All right, so now comes the really messy part, dealing with all of the other wires. And now see, the thing is I need to add this wire, and thanks to these cable ties I could just quickly unwrap them and reuse them, unlike a zip tie which cannot be reused. So that is the big advantage to using a cable tie over zip ties. You have that reusability aspect. Alright, so we're pretty damn near finished. As you guys can see, we ran all the wires to the PC over here. Got them nice and neat. And remember, this is a temporary setup, so there will be even more insane wire management. Once this is officially built to this desk, you won't see any wires outside at all. They're going to get ran along the rails of the desk. So that's what I truly recommend. If you have a desk kind of like this, run them along these rails. Zip tie them up here, so you have a more permanent setup. But like I said, this is basic and quick. If you don't care to get in crazy detail and have every single wire hidden, just bunching them up like this is a great, easy way to manage all of your wires. Now, the two final things that really need to be done is actually finishing up whatever little leftover wires are left. So as you guys see, these still look a little bit messy, and we still have all these zip tie ends to cut off. So that's what I'm going to get to doing right now. All right, so look at that. I'm going to splice in a before picture right now, and well, this is the after. So that's a really, really big difference. And remember, sometimes you just might have to get rid of a lot of wires. So all of these black wires and this orange wire, all of that was in there and I wasn't even using it. So sometimes you just need to remove things that you don't even need. That just clutters up the space 10 times worse. So I want to put on some finishing touches. I want to put this J channel over there along the wall so I could complete that row of J channels. And I'm going to just clean this desk up, and I'm going to come back at you guys with the final product basically for the time being until the desk PCs get built and I have to rewire manage all this again. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with the end result. I got the desks nice and clean, all the wires fully ran, and the last J channel put on right there, as you can see. This took me just about an hour to do, and keep in mind I had to keep on stopping to film and set up the SA and all this other stuff, so you could definitely finish this a lot faster. I forgot about two last wires, so we're going to tackle that, and then this video will be over. But let's just go ahead and test my PC. Let's see if it still works, because I was just shaking around everything over there, and sometimes the little PCI extension gets unplugged. Alright, so now that I know the PC is on and working, we're going to go ahead and run those wires. I'm going to pull my AC out and put in back the old windows and run the wires down this side. I'm actually going to run them inside of this. So I'm just going to stick this onto the wall right there, run them down, and that's it. The setup will be complete for the next, I don't know, 3-4 days. Alright, so that's it. It's complete for the time being until, like I said, I add my second desk PC and I actually build them into the desks. It's very, very neat. I really like this. It no longer looks like a fire hazard. Before, it literally looked like something was gonna just catch on fire. I got this hooked up nice and neatly. I used a few command strips spaced out. I did not want to put them all the way down. I'm fearful for when I take it off, I might actually rip off some of the paint. And I'm gonna get a single tube to basically run those wires through, so it doesn't look like two wires, it just looks like one. And the command strip's holding up pretty good for that hook down there. The J channels that I need to run along this wall, well, that I will do once I get building to my sim racing rig. So yeah, this corner looks like a nightmare right now, but that stand is for a actually a quad monitor setup. So a sim racing rig is going to be here with a quad monitor setup very, very soon. There's like a ton more stuff to add down here. The gaming setup over there. I need to finish building these racks out, and I need to finish my camera setup, my phone setup. There's like a lot more things to get done, but it will be done very, very shortly. I'm just really excited to have my setup finally complete for 2019. And the most important thing that I'm sure a lot of you were waiting for, the RX570. Yes, I'm still giving this away. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to win this thing. And I guess also tell me, what social media platforms do you guys use the most? Do you use Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat? Like, what do you guys use? Because I want to join something else, but I don't know what to join because I'm not sure what my audience is really using. Other than that, I'm going to get to editing, and I will see you guys next time.